Hey guys, Tyler here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Crossroads. Playing for today, spawning in the north, we have GMAD / Señor Jäger. His OKW in his loadout is Elite Armor, Scavenge, and Breakthrough. Basic offense team in the south, we have adamir at Magnum, who has Royal Artillery, Mounts and Placements, and Mobile Assault as the British. In terms of ranking, Señor Jäger around rank 70, OKW, adamir, Magnum around rank 50 as Brits. So yeah, pretty even in terms of ranks. Generally it is a little bit easier to climb as Brits in the ladder, just seems to be that way always. So no Stern Pioneer rush from Señor Jäger, just capping up this side of the map to start things out. Also putting down some sandbags on his fuel point. These can often backfire, these kind of sandbags. He has put them in a really nice position though. As you notice, like they're on this side of the cutoff point, so opponent's going to have a hard time standing on this side of the sandbags, firing from, as units approach from this angle. So if you're going to put sandbags down, that's probably one of the best angles to put them at. Still see those kind of sandbags backfire so often, especially when playing against a Brit player and they'll get those cover bonuses. Well, it's pretty good focus fire switching from Señor Jäger. As soon as that squad came into the light cover, he switched the focus onto them. Just jumping out, trying to hold the line here.
Our capture point. They're trying
to the increased sight. Oh, is it? A bit too.
Work to construct a new platoon command post is finished.
Anyway, here comes Señor Jäger pushing around.
Sorry, but we're being bloody shot. Enemy threatening a capture point.
Doing a pretty big assault on the central building. Universal Carrier shredding this squad here though. It's gone down really quickly. You see having to reposition, getting some shots on his rear. The squad in the building is getting very low. Jumps out in plenty of time though. The squad has managed to find enough cover here behind this clump of wall to avoid taking too much damage from the flanking Tommies. You see reposition slightly more to the south of the fence, hoping to get a slightly better angle on them. Because on the Universal Carrier trying to go to work.
An engineer unit is ready for action.
Try and hold off this cutoff. But the Universal Carrier is starting to get low now.
Flank attack by enemy.
Still hanging on to his cutoff. And here come the engineers, going to repair up the UC first. A soft retreat here to the light cover, trying to get out of range of that sandbag position. Did end up having to fall back on this flank. Well, once that Universal Carrier's back up and running, he stands to gain control of a lot of territory. Wow, we're actually seeing Señor Jäger going for Battle Group HQ. Very rare. Well, something we did see a little bit from Talisman, during GCS2. But we basically haven't seen it since then. We kind of go for like 5 fortune years as well as healing, just try to hang on with that. Drops in the building, but throws an incendiary grenade in to deny it. While on this side, all 5-man upgrades. That's when the Tommies hit a bit of a power spike. Get one on the universal carrier now. And looks like we're seeing a push from adamir and magnum onto the cutoff with those engineers. Got to be careful of those steam pioneers in the retreat path. Alongside of cover here as well a little bit. And that's going to be a Faust. No, doesn't quite get the Faust off. Definitely what he was trying to do. Good reactions though from adamir. Squad jumping out of the way there. And, you know, if he can't kill some models here, they'll just be able to stay on the battlefield, heal up. So very annoying for Señor Jäger that he didn't knock off any models on those Tommies. Still just hasn't. And you gotta be careful he doesn't lose his squad now. Just to carry holding the line. Double Fox pushing now. Squad coming in on the rear, but look how quick he is to maneuver out of the way. Switches targets nicely. Looks like he's maybe going to try hide behind this bush line. Have a look at the kills and the deaths. So you can see here, adamir is way ahead. So despite having, you know, slightly inferior map control, KD is so heavily stacked in his favor right now. Universal carrier, obviously, partially thanks there, but Tommy's just not dropping models, losing health, leading to a huge difference in the amount of manpower bleed so far. Kind of indecisive about what he's doing here. Jumping in and out of the building. Here comes the MG34, but actually a sniper from adamir at magnum, so gonna have the counter locked and loaded. So that eventual MG34. And just the sheer amount of firepower here, overwhelming for Señor Jäger. Now rotating to try and deal with these sections.
Supply line's been cut. Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Kind of lucky for Señor Jäger, doesn't drop any models on Stern Pioneers there.
Enemy infantry!
So RKW does tend to struggle against sniper play. One of the most common strategies against it is
Send orders!
one of the most common strategies against it is Fallschirmjäger. You know, they have camouflage, and the Valiant Assault in that commander as well, Luftwaffe ground forces. You just charge your whole blob at it every time you see it, basically. Spam that ability and just make big all-in assaults again and again.
A capture point is being overrun.
But that's not in the loadout for Señor Jäger. He does have access to Jaeger lights as well, with Scavenge. He's going to pick Scavenge, though he probably would have done it already, so he could have access to the infiltration grenades. really help you out in those early-ish game engagements. You see now up to Vet 3. 13 kills. His control of it's been sharp, you know, he's avoided some near Fausts. Good reactions on it. The tier 4 going up for Señor Jäger. Putting it in a reasonably far forward position, so it's going to help him hold on to territory, but is somewhat vulnerable to go down from that position. We actually see Royal Artillery calling in the early warning flares. Yeah, from this position it wouldn't be too hard for adamir to, you know, put an AT gun around here and start blasting away. A little bit of, you know, concentration barrage follow up. You could easily lose your HQ from that position, so it is a touch risky.
The ability is ready now. We're
Wow.
using a capture point.
Actually ticks Mills bombs. Don't see that too often. And got on. Wow, okay, that's why. He's gone for a Valentine. A little bit unusual. He's had such good fuel control. Could have ticked up himself out of
The enemy crossed the
Cromwell.
supply line.
Basically this exact timing. In fact, both players have had a lot of fuel this game. There's actually been very little disconnects, very few cutoffs. A lot of fighting just around the middle with little territory exchanged. So Señor Jäger about to hit his timing for the Panzer IV. And this is why getting the Valentine might backfire on adamir here. Because it wasn't also a super violent game. You know, we haven't seen like crazy amounts of model wipes or squad wipes or anything like that. So the command point clock was a little bit slow compared to, you know, some of the ultra aggressive games we do see. And yeah, now he's going to have to fight the Panzer IV with this
Ability is ready.
Valentine, and that's a tough ask, especially the OKW Panzer IV with
Illuminate
its
the front lines.
much tougher frontal armor. Valentine doesn't really have the penetration to deal with that. Does have an AT gun coming in. It does seem like a little bit like adamir is kind of, you know, he's got his build. He's going to go for it rather than adapting to the game scenario, which was both players having a very strong fuel control the entire
That's right,
match.
take it.
This could tick up quite rapidly. Either way though, Señor Jäger is in a tough spot because he's getting dumpstered. The 5-man Tommies, you know, doesn't even need weapon upgrades on them. Fighting with the sniper and both the Command Valentine and the Universal Carrier have just been bleeding him like crazy. As you can see here, nearly 3-to-1 advantage to this point. Oh, he's going to lose that.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Ouch.
A capture point is being overrun.
So yeah, really relying on his vehicle to do some anti-infantry damage, and he's gone for the Panzer Commander upgrade. Oh. I feel like, yeah, this is... It's okay on the Panzer IV, but in this exact scenario, where he really needs his Panzer IV to dish it out to this infantry, because his own infantry is very ineffective right now. I feel like the machine gun upgrade is the stronger choice. Maybe if he's already up against like a double AT gun setup, I could understand the tank commander upgrade so that he could... Ooh. So he could call the artillery on the double AT guns, force them to move whilst he makes a big assault, but Yeah, I feel like in this scenario the tank commander is not the right choice. Maybe if he's getting a second Panzer IV, he could get it then, but for the first one I feel like to fight off the infantry more effectively he really needed the machine gun.
Target secure.
But yeah, you saw him activate the heat shells there. That will guarantee the penetration on the Valentine in max range, otherwise if there is a small chance he could bounce. Won't change the shots to kill though. Remember the Valentine has an unusual amount of health, 480, so still needs 3 shots even with the heat shells to kill it. Sniper meanwhile racking up a kill count of its own. 12 kills now. Oh, Señor Jäger hitting the retreat when he gets out just in the nick of time. No sweeper upgrade yet for the Stern Pioneers, so they're actually repairing quite slowly here, and he did spend a lot of munitions from him on that last tank artillery barrage. Sniper now in the middle. This is just the worst feeling as OKW. Trying to fight these 5-man Tommies, just really an uphill battle. Looks like he's going for an infantry support gun now. Fair enough. Oh, could lose the squad here. Late retreats. No retreat. Down it goes.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
So maybe he's throwing some infiltration grenades or something. Grenades? I don't know. Dodging a grenade over there. Either way, free loss on that squad.
Where do you need us?
Oh boy.
Good hit! Target destroyed! Keep it up!
Oh man. All falling apart here for Señor Jäger.
Buggers.
2 squad losses now. He is way behind. Making good use of this shrub. We're taking damage, but enemy gets the attack grounds going, and now the infantry support guns going.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Getting in there with a critical shot. And the Panzer IV pulling back.
Under fire from enemy bastards!
So infantry support guns should help, you know, pushing through the middle. But after losing those 2 squads, Señor Jäger's just so far behind.
Attacking our friendly cheeky bastards!
Artillery can be targeted on enemy forces in our territory.
Oh, he gets it. Max range there. Lucky break. Okay, there we go. Starting to make the comeback. Infantry support gun pumping away in the middle as well. Put a lot of pressure on the AT gun, forcing it away. AT gun sitting back up, but one more shot. Oh!
Supply is looking a bit squiffy. Line's been cut.
Calls on the tank artillery. The AT gun gets out of there in the nick of time. So close though, Panzer IV hitting the wall there. He did have his turret jammed, but still managed to get one shot off. But unfortunately, with Señor Jäger, wasn't to be. Didn't get the kill. I mean, now floating a bit, but has ticked all the way up to Anvil. Maybe we're going to see a Churchill from him shortly. Just about has the fuel for it, but did lose his fuel at a critical timing actually for Señor Jäger. He didn't take control of this now. Churchill would already be in production, and Churchill is very, very hard to deal with. There's so much health, just about nothing can kill it. In a 2v2, maybe you'll be up against like 2 tank destroyers and you can force it away pretty rapidly, but in a 1v1, it is just so hard to kill. You can damage it a lot, but the kill on it is nearly impossible. Anyway, getting some obers for Señor Jäger. Fair choice. He's actually floating a lot of fuel right now. I'm surprised we didn't see a second vehicle from him, honestly. This is going to be the end of the Universal Carrier.
Infantry squad trained and ready to go.
Nope. And Panzer IV having to pull back once again. AT gun
Our capture point.
penetrating
They're trying
every
to take
hit.
it. Our supply
Oh
line's
man, he's
broken.
going for a Kessin as well. This is the wrong choice. 100% the wrong choice. The issue with the Raketen here is, you know, Raketen is shorter range than most other anti-tank guns, so it's going to be in range of this, you know, elite infantry. It's going to have a lot of trouble keeping it alive, and it's also going to be close range to the Churchill, which can then just
Jerry has
drive up to
300
it,
points remaining.
threaten to decrew with the main gun, and of course those crew grenades you can lob. Really needed another vehicle instead of
Under fire from enemy bastards!
that. Oh boy. Okay. Let's get away.
A
Get rid
capture
of
point
these
is being
mines.
overrun.
Nice sweeping from Señor Jäger on the flank, but here comes the Churchill. It's going to be hard to deal with. It does force away the Valentine, but now taking return fire from the sniper.
Supply line's
He's
been
going
cut.
for a Faust here, completely pointless. You know, against a medium tank, maybe it makes sense to just Faust it whenever you see it, but against the Churchill, no way. It's got like over twice the health of a medium tank. This is maybe where the machine gun upgrade on the Panzer IV would have come in handy. Can't get the kill on the sniper there, and Churchill just running forwards with
Damned enemies trying to
little
take a
care,
point
and
from us.
Señor Jäger's gone for a second Raketen. Very unusual. It's the heat rounds, trying to maximize his damage on Churchill, but still no guarantee on the penetration, and he calls in the concentration barrage, trying to soften up that tech truck. Could this be the push? He does have the AT gun sitting nearby, but maybe not going to try it on before his infantry arrives for some support. Currently kind of capping on the flanks with them at the moment. Churchill did take a good chunk of damage, and it doesn't have any heavy engineers yet for repairs on it. Generally in this scenario, what I would try to do is go for the King Tiger as the OKW. King Tiger can get those big hits
We're
on
losing
the
a capture
infantry
point.
sections, force them away. Can also, combined with the heat rounds, just ruin the Churchill. Like, it's 240 damage gun with the bonus damage from the heat rounds and the bonus penetration makes a huge difference. So yeah, being able to force away both the sections and the Churchill, very important.
Enemy
So
causing
that
trouble.
would be what I
Trying
would
to take
recommend
one of
in
our
this
points.
scenario. Could, I suppose, also try on the Sturm Tiger, but it's a big gamble. Oh, nice hit there. Looks like maybe he's going to attempt that. He's getting out his next truck. Did end up getting his infantry support gun decrewed and hasn't repaired up his tech truck, so that is kind of scary. Using the tank artillery once again on the AT gun, but it's a bit of a waste using it like that. Really, you should only be using it during very hectic engagements where your opponent has trouble sparing the micro to reposition the AT gun. Look at that, just penetrating every hit. Hasn't even got the bonus penetration of Vet 3 yet. Churchill back up, ready to roll. We do have the two... Oh my god, what's he doing? Oh, he's trying to go for an attack round on the sniper. Could lose his P4 here. Open the blitz. Oh, he just gets out in time. Getting setting up. Churchill chasing in after the Panzer IV. This is some clumsy play with these Raketens around this building. Crew grenade decrews one of them. Now he's pushing in. This could be the end of the tech truck. Never got repaired. Yep, he's just calling in another artillery barrage on the concentration barrage. That's going to be the end of it. Oh, Señor Jäger. And looks like the Raketen gets stolen away there as well. Fighting against Brits in these scenarios is extremely frustrating. The 5-man Tommies are just so strong. And backed up with the 6-pounder as well. Just very tough nut to crack, but this is not the way to go about it. Oh my god. Oh, he just about gave me a heart attack there. Jumping into that building. Luckily for him, Churchill missed that shot, because otherwise he would have just, that would have been a game loser. Interesting to see him put up sandbags on that side of the VP. Shame that he lost his variancy from the infantry support gun. It was vetting up quite nicely before. Vetting up nicely. Sniper, 27 kills, Vet 3. Also working well. Might serve adamir well as well to destroy these shrubs. Every time I was going to say well in 30 seconds. So that his AT guns have nice lines of sight, as well as a sniper. Just generally, I think the shrubs are working against him. He's got plenty of ways to destroy them. You know, he's got destroy cover on his engineers, as well as being able to crush this with his Churchill.
The enemy cut our supply line.
Point tire starting to get a bit desperate for Señor Jäger. Close to ticking under 200 here. Oof, that was a big hit from the P4. Being Vet 4 with that one. So Señor Jäger, not reinforcing his squads. Maybe he's just trying to go for an all-in save for the King Tiger. Kind of doesn't have that many options now, having lost his Schwer HQ. Taking a few hits. Churchill pushing in behind that. Getting right there. This is what I was talking about. Now has to just run away in the face of the Churchill for threat of the crew grenades. Just charging forwards. Not much to stop him here. Trying to kite, not even using the heat rounds though. I think that's a mistake. Oh nice, I think that was some tack ground through the Shrubs. This is the follow-up. Now trying to knock out the mechanized regiment. Here comes the big boy, the King Tiger, and slight mistake here from Adamir. Hasn't pushed up his AT guns in support. They should really be camped around here, just in case. Here we go. And there goes the universal carrier. Churchill's still staying in there, greedy, looking for the kill on the HQ. This could be his undoing. No, the King Tiger not even pushing in at all. That was his time to shine. AT gun nowhere near, basically no support for the Churchill, and he doesn't capitalize on it. Allows it to escape. Another tech truck down. Valentine here on recon mode. It's with the heat shell. Doesn't need the heat shells against the Valentine.
Ready to bombard with the base howitzers.
There we go. Gets the kill anyway. So a couple small size scalps for Señor Jäger, the universal carrier and the Valentine. Eliminated way off target. Once again has the tank artillery. Does make a little bit more sense than the King Tiger, which does miss quite a lot. So bonus accuracy comes in handy. There with a critical shot. Panzer IV coming in from the other angle on prioritized vehicles here though. Oh, takes a 1-2 punch from both the AT guns. Oh, and he bounces the killing blow. Lucky break. Two pioneers end up overwhelming on the flank. But that's a lot of repairs now on the King Tiger and the Panzer IV, and because he's been so spam happy on the coordinated barrage from his tank artillery, can't make use of the emergency repairs, which really help keep your vehicles healthy and on the battle lines. Using it on the Panzer IV, as you can see there, not up to full. The Stern Pioneers currently on the battlefield, so I do like the tank artillery, but he's definitely been using it suboptimally. Too often and in the wrong scenarios. Briefly exposes the Obersoldaten there. I mean, the sniper to the Obersoldaten. Forces it away. Just trying to find an angle. Ober's still not Vet 2 though, so they're going to struggle even against these unupgraded 5-man Tommies. Because they're so much more highly vetted. Keep them getting some licks in. Here we go, Ober's hit Vet 2. Can't afford to keep them around. Could easily lose them at 2 men. And that's a Firefly for Adamir. It's going to counter both these tanks. Señor Jäger going for another Raketen. Has to cancel it, because otherwise he wouldn't be able to reinforce all his squads. And the flares. Raketen's sitting here unstealthed, so Adamir well aware of what he needs to dodge. Backing away now. Kitten setting up. Oh, could take engine damage right here. Looks like he's coming in for the crew grenade. Does manage to decrew the kitten, but that is a damaged engine. The King Tiger, though, as I mentioned, still out of commission, requiring repairs. Can't capitalize on this. And now he's trying to outright destroy the AT gun with the Firefly. Infantry coming in from the side, putting pressure on the sniper, but that Churchill still dishing it out. And the Panzer IV can't outmaneuver the 6-pounder over here, which has hit Vet 3. He's got that bonus penetration now, so looks like we're going to see a dead Raketen here. King Tiger coming back out, up to full. Did end up using the emergency repairs at the end there. Needs to make sure he's guarding this Raketen. Oh, he's going to steal it away here. Interesting. Already has 2 AT guns. This might actually impact his population. It's such a bad feeling as OKW, just getting dumpstered in every dimension of the infantry game. Have to rely on your vehicles, and then it's just like such a gamble, so hard. Trying to dodge the AT guns, relying on the King Tiger. Oh man, the Churchill just got the engine crit off, causing the tank artillery, but the Raketen's already decrewed. This could be the moment for Señor Jäger though. A lot of the infantry's been forced off. Needs to keep pushing with the infantry behind this. Oh, tulip rockets miss, but he backs off. That was the time to go in though, I think. Maybe he's a bit hesitant because his Raketen wasn't there in support. Understandable. Actually trying to shoot infantry with this. Steals away the Raketen. Oh, sniper takes a nasty burst from the Obers. Almost goes down. Coming back in now. Here we go. Raketen is there. AT gun gets decrewed super fast by the King Tiger and the Obers. And this could be the moment. King Tiger pushing forward nicely. T-Gun gets destroyed. And there we go, King Tiger doing the job. Acting as the meat shield. Oh. Oh man, he left that Raketen out there for too long. Ends up getting decrewed as all the infantry comes back onto the battlefield. But a good push from Señor Jäger there. Got a lot of damage done. Destroying that Vet 3 AT gun was huge. He's still quite low on the VPs, and he's got a long way to climb back in. Didn't wipe any infantry that I'm aware of, other than that AT gun, and Raketen does actually get recruit. Second Raketen. Coming back in. That's a risky one. What a health. Oh man, that P4 is super accurate. Seems to be landing a lot of shots. Remember the, as well, as far as I'm aware, the Panzer Commander upgrade only affects accuracy, not scatter, so... Oh. Yeah, those Tommies making short work of that Raketen. Needed that as well to help fight off Firefly. This time, this one's going to be destroyed from Adamir. Using the emergency repairs on both his tanks, trying to get them back onto the battlefield. Causing the concentration barrage here. Sniper getting chased away by the Overs. Overs finally starting to make the impact on the game. It's a while to ramp up. Not facing off against the LMG sections though, it's got to be helping out. Okay. Looks like Señor Jäger gonna get both his tanks back in action here. Oh. Churchill making another assault up to Vet 3 now. It's gonna have the crit repair on its own. Firefly also back. Panzer IV looking to come in from the side angle once again. It's been pretty good about, you know, sweeping this flank, making sure it's open and making good use of these sight blockers to get quite a lot of damage in with the Panzer IV, honestly. That's been a saving grace so far. Firefly heading over that way now. Want to make sure the King Tiger was fully repaired before making assault. Fresh Raketen on the field now as well. Here we go. King Tiger coming in. Where are these Raketens at? One here, one more towards the centre. Oh, squad going down fast and it's dead. King Tiger holding the line though, bouncing these shots. Oh boy, oh that's a spin around. That's an old fashioned spin around. Exposing the rear, the ultimate disrespect. Another concentration barrage is going to clear out the machine gun on the flank there. P4 coming back in though. P4. Oh boy. Oh, main gun critters. Bouncing shots that time. Oh, now the tulip rockets on the KT. Stunned. Not even backing away from the stun though. Pushing forwards.
Stand ready.
And now has to back out.
Target secured.
Oh, Señor Jäger. Oh no, he lost his machine gun as well. Man, he fell apart completely in that last engagement. What was that? Does he experience some massive lag or something? Because, man, that was just everything we were on from right at the end there. Oh boy. Starting to claw his way back into the game and then just loses Panzer IV, loses machine gun on the far flank, lost a squad in the middle. It did take a good chunk, but there was a time. There's definitely time for him to retreat it. And now he's just really up against it. King Tiger was a good choice, you know. He's fighting him slowly but surely back into the game, but there he goes, throws in the towel. Understandable. And look at the amount of float Adamir had. Even if he did lose half his army, he could just rebuild it straight away. So, Señor Jäger. Close, you know, but no cigar. Just too many squad wipes for free, really. You know, it's not like they got one shot by tanks or anything, just 8 retreats. No retreats. A little bit careless with his Raketens as well. Lost his tech truck because he didn't repair it up. Also put it slightly too far forwards. And yeah, I mean that was that. But yeah, you see the general strategy. King Tiger does work well against Brits executing this kind of strategy. You can dish it out to the 5-man sections and can dish it out to the very high health Churchill, as well as occasionally bounce shots from AT guns and stuff. So I think it is the way to go, especially with this commander with the heat shells, but yeah, and also Jäger using too much fully coordinated artillery Should have been saving munitions more for spamming the repairs, spamming the heat shells in my opinion, and using the coordinated barrage only when he goes for a big all-in push. Anyway guys, I'll wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise I'll catch you off for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.